Hey loves, welcome to the channel. It's me, Daniela. Hope you're all doing well. So in this week's video, I'm just going to share with you guys a few ways in which you can level up your career if you're someone that has been living in the UK for at least 3 years, or even if you haven't been living here that long and you're just like wondering what opportunities are there in the UK once I migrate. Then this is the perfect video for you. I myself migrated to the UK back in 2016, and I just wish back then I was exposed to like certain persons that was in this like career frame mind. They were in this area that they could advise me properly. And you know, like if you're just used to one way of doing something, you're just automatically assuming that's the way of doing it everywhere else. Because for example, back home, the only way for you to like level up in the corporate world is that you have to go to university, get an entry-level job, gain some experience. You might go back, do your master's, do your PhD, and that's the normal route that most persons take. If not, then you might just be working like, not just be, but you might be doing a more technical job. So when I migrated to the UK, I just automatically assumed that's what I needed to do. I just needed to get an entry-level job and then work my way up, or I needed to go back to school, do my master's, and just level up through that traditional route. By doing so and interacting with other persons, like once I got my first, I would say, proper job working in banking and like speaking to some of the clients, then I come to realize like there is so many different routes that persons have taken to get into, for example, accounting, being a social worker, doing engineering. And I'm like, you mean to tell me like you didn't go to college or your company paid for you to do this qualification? Like, how is that possible? So with that being said, I just want to share some of the routes that you can take to do so as well. So in the UK, apprenticeship is very big. Most persons, if they don't go to traditional college or university, that's the route that they might take. An apprenticeship is where you work alongside your employer, gaining the necessary skills and knowledge to do that particular job. So apprenticeship can be in any field, whether it be data analyst, IT, computing, accounting, marketing, whatever field you can think of, there is an apprenticeship for it. At the moment, they're even considering to do apprenticeship for doctors. Imagine that, apprenticeship for doctors. So to get an apprenticeship, most persons would need at least 2 GCSE, that is the UK equivalent to CSEC back home, and you need to be at least 18 years old. So to be honest, with apprenticeship, you aren't getting the industry standard pay for that role. It's usually at least 30% less, but the good thing about that is whilst doing the apprenticeship, you'll be able to gain the necessary skills and experience, and your employer would also foot the bill for you to go and do the necessary qualifications. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely Google whatever field it is, and you can also go onto the apprenticeship.gov.uk site and it will list all the different opportunities available. At the moment, most of them would be closed, because if you're going to do like an apprenticeship with NHS or TFL, they have set times that the apprenticeships are open. I come to realize that most of them are from like around September, and then the deadline would close around January thereabout, and then that's when you'll also know the outcome if you were successful or not. So if you don't necessarily have a set career path and you're interested in like project management or any area like that, I feel like this is a good opportunity. So another thing to note with the apprenticeship, if your current employer, if you're already in a job and that employer contribute towards the apprenticeship pot, sorry, I don't know the correct terminology, but that's the term that I was told, that's the term that I've heard being thrown around. So if your employer already contribute towards that pot, then you might be able to do an apprenticeship though you are currently employed. So how that would work is you would work the same 36 hours a week, but 20% of that time you would be allowed to study, go to school, do the necessary shadowing of the relevant teams, so you can get exposure to all the knowledge and skills that is needed to complete that level qualification. So yeah, you are already in a job, and the apprenticeship, you're looking to level it up, you're not too sure, and you don't want to pay the money, and you don't think you can necessarily manage working and going to school, then this is a perfect opportunity for you to take advantage of, because what you're getting free money basically, and free hours to study. Like, you're getting paid, but you're not going to work that time. You're able to go to school. You don't have to stress about like, oh, leaving work to go a class or trying to do class online when you should be like helping your child out. I think it's such a win-win situation. I know for some companies, if they do allow you to do this, they might want you to like stay with the company for like another year, another 2 years, because I was speaking to someone that is in building and control, and he was telling me that the council, he was able to do his degree through them, but by doing so he had to stay 1 year with them. So I feel like that's a win-win. That's a small exchange for the level of qualification that you're getting and the opportunities that will come with it. So yeah, just to bear that in mind and double check with your employer if it is a possibility. So very similar to apprenticeships, there's also graduate schemes available. This, however, is only available to persons who have completed a degree. So you can do a graduate schemes in IT related field, banking, finance. At the moment, the one I'm more familiar with now, because at first I thought like graduate schemes was only available to persons who have completed a degree here, and then because they completed a degree with a certain university, then they were offered graduate schemes. But turns out that isn't it at all. That isn't the case. Anyone can apply to a graduate scheme, whether your degree is from overseas or from the UK, America, Jamaica, wherever your qualification is, you can apply to a graduate scheme. All you need to do is go ahead and work out the UK equivalent to your qualification. To do so, you would have to go onto the ETIS site. I'll put it in the description box. Get a certified equivalent workout of your qualification, and then you can go ahead apply to the relevant graduate schemes that you want to. So just like with the apprenticeship, there are several providers offering graduate scheme. Again, you have Amazon doing it, NHS, the local government, so that is the council, offers graduate scheme. There's, however, you would have to go through the National Graduate Scheme website to apply for it. There is different options available. However, finance one, the regular one is for 2 years, and the finance option is for 4 years. I know when I saw 4 years, I'm thinking like, ooh, that's like you completing a degree, and it is, because with that one they offer you the level 7 CIPFA. So that is up to level 7, and that is basically like you doing a degree level qualification. So that is something that you can factor in. Once you complete your qualification, you'd automatically be able to like do any senior role available in the finance team within the council. The pay for that one, however, is much better in comparison to most apprenticeships. So the pay would range from 25,000 to 35,000, and it just depends on which local authority you get the opportunity with, because the pay that you get at the local government level, it does depend on which borough you work with. So for myself, the company, the borough that I work in, it is considered to be outer London, so the pay is less, as opposed if like someone that's working in central London, working with Westminster Council or Chelsea and Kensington, then their pay would be significantly more. So that's something that you have to factor in if you want to be outer, a bit closer to home, or you want to be a bit more in the city and just get that extra money. But the applications for that, again, it opens I think in October, and then you'll get the outcome in January if you are successful or not. So that is something that you can definitely consider as well. Graduate scheme, I feel like it's a good opportunity for you to get that work experience after you finish university, and also earn proper money afterwards as well, because I feel like that is the going entry level pay after completing, say, your finance degree, and you wanted to like be a finance officer, work in control, accounts receivable, accounts payable. Like that's the kind of money that is in line with the money that you would get for a role like that. So moving on to the next point, if you are someone that already has your degree but you're probably in finance or banking or IT, but you want to change careers, you want to do so, but you don't want to necessarily go back to school to do so, there's also the option to do what I'd like to refer to as a traineeship. They have it available in, say, like teaching, but it's also available for social workers. So if you wanted to become a social worker but you don't have a degree in social working, you can also do it through what I'd like to refer to as a traineeship. So there's companies like Frontline that offers job, and while you're doing the work, you go to school, you do the necessary qualification to become a qualified social worker. This, however, lasts 3 years. I know it's also available through some local government councils, local governments, local councils, where you can work, and whilst you're working 20% of the time, so out of the 36 hours that you would work for the week, they offer you 20% of that time to go and do your necessary studies to become a qualified social worker, because that's one of the fields that is very low in the UK. They're always on the hunt for more qualified social workers. So if you're looking to switch gears, you want to switch career paths, that is something that you could look into. If 3 years over is a bit too long for you, but you wanted to move into social working, you can do your master's in social working to become a qualified social worker. So I know with like back home in Jamaica, you would have to like have your bachelor's in social working to be able to do a master's in social working. However, because the field, they are short staff and they need additional persons in that field, they are offering it. So no matter what level qualification, no matter what field your previous qualification is in, no matter what field your bachelor's is in, you can go ahead and do your master's in social working as well to become a qualified social worker. However, you would have to have some form of experience in social working. So I guess if that's something you are interested in, you can always go ahead and work as a part-time carer or support worker to meet the necessary requirement to complete your master's. So yeah, there's always opportunities for you to switch career here in the UK. It's not like elsewhere where like you're stuck in that field. You went to university, that's what you did your degree in, so that's the field that you have to stick to. No, there's opportunities for you to like change your mind, change career path if you so desire. Another way in which you can level up is through boot camps. I remember a couple years ago when I just started working at the bank, I think he was like summer internship, and he was saying to me that he was doing a boot camp during the summertime as well, and I'm like, what do you mean boot camp? And he's like, yeah, that's the way that if you want to get into coding, if you want to get into the IT area, software engineering and all of that, that's what you need to do. That's the easiest way for you to get on. And he was telling me the website and all of that, but then I saw the money, because with that one you had to pay like a fee, and I was just like, oh no, boot camp, this doesn't sound legit. But hold on, behold, it is a real thing. Boot camp, if you wanted to like get into like particular cloud engineering, software development, like project management and all of that, you can do so by doing a boot camp. So that is just like a short course that you can take. Some of them are like 3 months to 6 months, and short fee, small fee, is not like anything massive as if you would pay to complete a degree, but they are a legitimate way for you to like gain the necessary knowledge and technical skill to complete a particular field of work. So that's something that you can definitely look into. If however you don't want to pay the money to do so, you can also look on the government website. So there is a few opportunities available through the GOV website to do boot camps. So this can be in like computerized accounting software, doing basic introduction to project management. I think there was some like introduction to coding, just for you to like get your feet wet and know if this is definitely something that you would like to do before fully committing to it. So yeah guys, these are all the opportunities that I'm currently aware of. As usual, don't forget to go ahead, like, comment and subscribe. If you have any of your own that you think will be beneficial to anyone, please go ahead and share it in the description box, and also share this video with someone that you think might benefit from these opportunities. As usual, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye for now. Bye.